Good evening, Isaac.
Good evening, sir. How's it going?
Good, good. We have a special guest with us today. We actually just invited the guest today, so it's a pop-up surprise. But we have Derek Funkhouser with us tonight. What is up, Derek?
Hey, what's up, Ryan? Hey, Isaac.
How's it going, sir?
Good, good. Thank you so much for inviting me on today.
Yeah,
Thanks for coming.
definitely. So we had we have a great show for you tonight. We have Derek with us. We're going to be talking about hidden gems. This was something that was suggested actually through YouTube, I think, on the last episode, which was like 4 weeks ago almost, and so 3 weeks ago. And so I think Adele Frank said, "Hey, why don't you guys talk about hidden gems?" So that's what we're going to do tonight. Talk all about hidden gem board games, stuff that doesn't get near enough attention. So.
Yes,
Sounds
sir.
awesome.
Yeah, very cool. I do not have my notes up, so give me 1 second.
Oh, I got it. You want me to go?
Yeah. What are we talking about first, man?
So we're talking about hidden gems in entertainment. So outside board
Yes.
games, we'll talk about in a minute. Movie, television, something like that. Like what's your hidden gem? What's your show you love, your movie you love that maybe not everybody else has either heard of or it's not their favorite thing. So Derek, since you're the guest,
Yeah,
Yeah.
this one's tough for me. Because I don't know if I actually watch anything that would be considered not mainstream. Like for TV and movies, I definitely kind of stick to like the very basic. I get it's difficult. Let me say it this way. I think right now the TV show that I'm most excited about and the one that I am just absolutely in love with that I think a lot of people are still sleeping on,
Mhm.
and I think they're still sleeping on it because it's a subscription, but you got to watch Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso.
I'm
Yes.
telling you, people are sleeping on it, and I know that you have to have Apple TV to watch it, but the season 2 is out now, and it's so fun.
Yeah.
It's so like
So to
oh,
hype up Ted Lasso, I had no interest. I played soccer as a middle schooler. I loved soccer, and then when I started refereeing soccer as a teenager, I learned to hate it. I hated the politics behind soccer. I hated the referees and the way that they would get in each other's heads. It was really terrible as far as like sports go, and so I had no interest in Ted Lasso, but I gave it a try because I was bored one day and I plowed through the entire season in a weekend. It was fantastic.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. Go ahead. Sorry, Isaac.
I was going to say what appears Bob probably in the chat is saying is that, yeah, soccer's not that great, but, at least you get a good show around it. So
Also, Bob is taunting you all with our with our with our Facebook account. Not nice. Not nice.
Oh,
good.
that's awesome.
Glad we have Bob here tonight.
Yeah,
Yes,
of course.
yes.
What would we do without Bob? No, but
Yes.
it's just so like positive and like it's cool. Like Lizzie for sure was not really interested when I mentioned it
Mhm.
because she doesn't really like soccer, and so
Yeah.
I think she was kind of hesitant. But then she was hooked at like a couple episodes in, and we just watched. I had seen season 1 like 3 times while I was deployed because I just
Yep.
loved it. I just kept watching it and watching it, and she's like, "I think we're gonna start another rewatch because it's just been so good." And
Yes.
like I would love to see. I was talking to another person about this today, like a side like show, like a supporting show of just like
Yeah.
Roy Kent.
Mhm.
Like I could just watch Roy.
Yeah.
Oh my word. Yeah.
So my wife Erin had no interest in Ted Lasso. I kept talking to her about it, and I said, "Hey, if you ever feel like watching it, let me know because I'm totally fine watching it all over again. I would love to." And she never bit. So I was like, we were sitting around on Sunday. I was like, "Hey, why don't we watch Ted Lasso again?" And she's like, "Okay, that's fine, whatever." 2 episodes in, it's like, okay, next one, let's go. Come on, let's keep going. I was like, yeah.
That's awesome.
So
You get bit by the bug.
yeah. So mine is actually a TV show like yours. Mine is a show called Happy Endings. It was on ABC back in 2007 or 8, somewhere around there. It only
Oh, wow.
lasted 3 seasons on ABC. It is one of the funniest, clever written shows. If you think of really demented and twisted friends, that's kind of what this is. It follows 6 people. One of them is a couple. The very first episode starts where the the two friends are getting married and one of them runs off on their wedding day, and that's how the show starts. There are times when it's heartwarming. There's times when you wish the characters would just get hit by a bus. The writing's really well done. It's a quick, really clever show that sometimes when you watch it, I've watched it 4 times now. Sometimes even when you hit that 4th time, you then get a joke. You're like, oh crap, that's pretty funny. Wish I'd gotten it the first 3 times. So
yeah, no, it's a solid show. I love it. I watched it through a few times, but it's one of those ones too that when I was thinking of hidden gems, like something that just like kind of abruptly ends.
yeah,
right? Like that. Like
yeah.
you're like, oh, you want so much more, but it just kind of left you hanging. Right.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So when I was trying to think through TV shows, movies, that's kind of what I was going for. Is like what's left me hanging kind of one. Bob's rewatching it. There we go. I wanted to go movies, but I feel like every movie you say, somebody's gonna be like, "Oh, I've seen that movie," or "Yeah, that's my movie."
Yeah.
Like, you know, first one I thought was like Romeo and Juliet from the mid '90s, one of my favorite like takes on that story. But when I thought TV show, speaking of Jason Sudeikis, I thought Last Man on Earth would be the show I'd go with. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but that was a show. Same thing that it left you. Fox canceled it and left this crazy cliffhanger. Because it wasn't super popular, but I mean, it had
so funny story. I never watched the last 5 episodes of that.
So, I mean, it leaves
the
you
last 5 episodes. I never watched them. I need to go back and watch them.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you're really. I mean, yeah, the fact that they leave you on a cliffhanger is like, why? Like, this just driving me crazy. But yeah. I remember watching that one.
That was a sleeper show. I mean, January Jones was in it. Will Forte, like they had some solid cast in it. So
Kristen Wiig was in it.
Kristen Wiig was in it.
Was a part of it, towards the last season. But yeah, just those kind of quirky SNL cast shows that you know didn't quite live as long as it should have.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, any of those are really, really solid picks. So if you haven't seen any of those shows yet, definitely worth a binge. I think Hulu has Last Man on Earth. I believe Netflix has Happy Endings, and of course Apple TV with Ted Lasso. So, yep.
Lots of good choices.
So I had a quick question before we get into hidden gems, because sometimes, I think sometimes we may be so in the space of board game media that we almost know a lot about a game before actually picking up a game. But have there been games in your past where you've purchased without any research, without any playing, and have they been good purchases?
So without research, as in like not even somebody saying like, "Hey, you should go pick this thing up." Like
I think research, as in you didn't go to BGG and read all about it, or nothing beyond like somebody suggested it and you looked at the back of the box. Let's go with that.
Okay. I actually did this recently with Pan Am. Like everybody kept talking about it, and I know like in our like messenger groups, like people are talking about Pan Am, and I would see posts and stuff, but I have never watched a video, never saw anything about it. Like all I know about it, I still haven't played it actually, because when we get games, when I purchase games, I put them off to the side because we need to get through the things that we actually have to get done, and then we'll pull off a game like for our own like fun and enjoyment, right? So Pan Am I still haven't played. However, I only know it's about like stocks and flying people around. I don't know, but I heard it was good. So
yeah, very cool. We had some friends who picked it up at Target. They saw it, they loved the vintage look, and they went ahead and shot us a text and was like, "Should we get this?" We were like, 100%.
Nice.
So.
It's
what about you, Isaac?
I don't do a lot of, I mean, be honest, I don't like research through games. I kind of same boat with Derek, right? Like I have this stack of games over here that I know I have to play. And if I'm going to get something, it's because somebody is like, "Oh, you really got to play this, or you really got to check this out." Like somebody just gave me, one of the guys in our game group gave me his copy of Micro Macro to check out.
Nice.
So I'm interested to see that one, or like Shelfie Stacker. Derek sent a copy of that this way. I wouldn't have gone out to buy it, but I loved it. I enjoyed playing it. I kind of looked at this as like when's the last time I literally just grabbed a game off the shelf, like you said, read the box and was like, yeah, I could try this. And honestly, it's the Gigamic, the 2-player abstract games. They make Quixo, they make Pylos.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
So there are all these like 2-player. I should have grabbed one. Oh, hold on, right here, off camera, on camera. So
Quarto,
yeah,
yes. Or no, that's
so
Squadro, but Quarto.
Quarto. Those were
Yeah.
games that like my son and I looked at them and we're like, oh, that looks awesome. Let's
Yeah, yeah.
grab that and play it. So all these
Yep.
they're phenomenal 2-player games. Like every game they make is a
So
great 2-player game.
my brother just sent me a TikTok video that he saw. My brother knows how deep we are into board games, and he sent me a TikTok video he saw that somebody was showing off that game, and he was like, "This looks cool," and so
Yeah.
that's really cool.
Pylos is one of my favorites from
Dude.
them. That is so good, so simple.
Bob,
But so fun.
I'm assuming
Nice.
that's Bob. We gotta
Yep,
fix
that's
that.
Bob.
Quarto
Yep.
is so good, dude. Quarto is one of those games like Shobu that will just make you feel stupid.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and it's so simple, but you're like, oh my gosh. The puzzle abstract of that game is so deep. Like you'll be playing, and then there'll be this light bulb moment where you'll realize 4 turns ago how you screwed yourself over.
Ooh, that's rough.
You're like, remember when
So
I did
good.
that? Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Let's play
yeah.
again so then I can kind of see these repetitive patterns and stuff.
That's cool.
So good. It's so good.
Yeah,
That's
there's
awesome.
not a bad 2-player abstract from Gigamic. Like you are
I
gonna get
agree
a
with
good
you.
game. And the cool thing is they have travel size. Like
They do.
these little
That's cool.
guys. They have these, standard size, and they actually have giant sizes of all their games.
Interesting.
We're at a
And they're
board
all
game
wooden.
cafe,
All
wood.
wooden component.
All wood
Okay.
pieces,
Yep.
all wood components. So the giant size, the balls for the Pylos are like the size of a billiard ball, and they're heavy. They're
Wow.
solid wood. So my son and I play it at a board game cafe, and the balls are falling off the table, and everybody's like, "What the heck? What is that?
That's
What's
funny.
going on over there?" So they're fun games. Super
That's cool.
solid.
That's cool.
What about you, Rob?
So I rarely buy a game without doing at least a little bit of research, but I will tell you that I'm a sucker for really good artwork. So 3 games that I bought purely off of the artwork: The Bloody Inn, Blue Lagoon, and Dungeon Pets. So all
That's
3 of
pretty
those. Yeah, all 3 of them, I saw them. So The Bloody Inn, we literally saw it on the shelf somewhere, and we were like, Weberson Santiago's art is phenomenal. I don't know what this is about, but I will play it. And it's one of our top 10 games of all time. And then Blue Lagoon, it looked like Moana, the board game, and Reiner's name was on it. Might as well give it a try. And then Dungeon Pets, I bought because I thought it would be a pretty cool game for my children who were at the time, my girls who at the time, I think Emily was 13 and Kendall was significantly younger than that, 7, I think, or 8. And so then I found out it's a pretty chunky Euro that takes 2 hours. So I've never played it. So
Just sits
it's still
unplayed.
on the shelf.
It's funny you mentioned both of those because this is a little, I guess, a little spoiler, but both Blue Lagoon and Bloody Inn almost made my underrated games, but I didn't put them on there.
Nice.
But I was thinking about it. Like I was looking at my I was looking at my Calyx, and I'm like, okay, I could see that. Like both of those games are really good, and I think deserve more love.
I will tell you that the only reason the Bloody End's not on my 5 hidden gems is because I talk about it on the show every 3rd week, every 3rd episode.
You've talked about it a lot.
It is a great game. Have you?
Yeah.
I haven't played with the expansion though. I haven't got
Carney's
a chance to play with
expansion.
that Carney's now.
So quick sidetrack. The Carney's expansion is so well done because it's 3 modules and you can add 1 or 2 of the modules in. And so you can choose what gets added in and what doesn't. And each module feels significantly different. And so I really, really love that. I love it when an expansion is more than just shuffle these cards in and it's slightly different. This is actually, do you want to play with traps? Do you want to play with carnival workers that have a different rule set? Do you want these different people? Like there's extra rules with the carnival workers. So it's so cool. 3 different things. So
Bob with the side note.
Yeah, side note.
Side note.
Bloody End. Yep. So, yes. So, charity board gamer watching on YouTube. Who let Funkhouser in here?
Oh boy,
he got in through the back door.
It's true.
Cool. So let's get to our topic of the show. We're talking
Yes,
about
sir.
5 hidden gems. We're each going to give 5 hidden gems. These are games, and to preface it, these are games that we think deserve way more attention that they get. These are games that are on our shelves that we sit down and we proudly display for our friends and family that come over. And we wish they would just buy these stinking games so that they would get some more publicity.
Just
So,
buy it, so I have to stop talking about it.
just buy it.
do
I don't want to talk about
Get
it
it over.
anymore.
Get over.
Yeah.
Get it over.
Yeah. So, so what's our no particular order? Let's just say what's number 5. So,
Well, it's interesting. I went because you on our show notes started ranking the BGG ranking of the games you played.
yeah, yeah,
And a couple of them were NA, which I was like, oh, that's lower than low.
yeah, yeah. It doesn't even register. So,
But I went through my collection and flipped it to start with the lowest number ranking.
okay,
And
I'll do that too. So,
was
lowest
into-
number ranking.
I was into like the 6 figures
Yeah.
for some
Oh,
of these,
wow.
which really surprised me for some of them. And so the first one I want to start with, again, no particular order. I'm not going in the highest BGG number
Okay.
or what have you, but one that Derek and I have had a chance to play. I get to introduce him to it, and I think for a roll and write, it's one that has not gotten the kind of love it deserves, and that's Tag City. Tag City
that
was a
even-
European release.
Yeah, did it even get a US release?
It did. It got picked up by Eagle Griffin. So Eagle Griffin put this out. But even that, like Eagle Griffin put this out, and people still didn't get hands on this.
So, funny story.
I had no idea.
My mother-in-law watched an episode of this show where you talked about Tag City, and she tried to get me a copy of Tag City for my birthday because of this show, and she couldn't get it. So
that's the it's.
I
still
had
don't know
no
that-
idea that it was.
U.S. distributed by Eagle Griffin. It's still almost impossible to get a hold of. Tag City
Wow.
is such a fun, simple roll and write. It does what some other roll and writes have done after it.
mhm.
Right, with the finish a column, finish a row, finish a section. It takes that welcome to finish it first, finish it second. You get more points or less points. But I love the theme. What? Bob's never even heard of it? Come on, Bob.
Yeah.
Bob, so
and honestly,
good.
we got turned on to it because Randy in our group is he loves punk stuff. He loves spray painting. Like he loves
Mhm.
tagging. And he loves that type of art. And that's where he got turned on to it. And it's one that I really, really think could get a lot more roll and write love, and kind of got lost in the shuffle of getting
Yes, it
transferred
did.
over here to the US. So
That's cool. That's cool. So, Derek, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is going to be Tricky Tides from
Oh,
Cold Steel
okay.
Games.
Yeah.
So when I was looking at the games that I felt like were underrated, most of them have come out in, I don't know, like the last 4 or 5 years. A couple of them are older, but Tricky
Yeah.
Tides is a really, really fun game that uses like spatial pick up and deliver with trick taking, and I think it's super fun and super cool. Really love the aesthetic of the game, and I've played it multiple times and have enjoyed it every time I've gotten to play. And when you first said it was going to be hidden gems, I'm like, okay, so what does a hidden gem mean for me?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how am I going to discern this and figure it out? And to me, because I'm online so often, on BGG, on Facebook, on different communities, I thought, what is a game that I don't see posted or even talked about? Right.
Yeah,
And now
yeah.
it's difficult because there's hundreds of thousands of games, right?
Yeah,
or
right.
tens of thousands of games. But like, what is a game I don't see talked about often? And that's what I use to kind of base this off.
Absolutely.
And Tricky Tides was one of them.
That's good.
It's
That's a really good one.
fun. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Good choice.
Lizzie said, wow, Bob, really carrying the conversation over here. Thanks for commenting, Lizzie.
Thanks, Bob.
So mine, this is unranked on BGG, Change Up. This was a surprise hit for us. We got Famine Entertainment sent this to us, and we get propositioned to do a lot of card game coverage. People are like, hey, your family gaming site, check out our card game. And it's hard sometimes to dig through what is going to be a good fit for our channel. And I took Change Up off of a suggestion off of a friend of ours, Chris. And I'm glad I did. We got it. We actually got it the weekend of Labor Day last year, and it came in day before Labor Day. We took it out, learned how to play it, showed the kids how to play it. We played about 10 to 12 times. just over Labor Day with the grandparents, with my brother and sister. It's basically like a 4-card Monty type situation. You've got these cards 0 through 4. So you've got 5 cards in the middle of the table, and every card in your hand changes the order of the cards that are in the middle of the table and they're face down. So you have to memorize where the cards are going and change them yourself to benefit you. At the end, when all the cards are used, or when everybody passes, somebody is going to pick up a card that they want to choose. They flip it over and they tell the value that they get. Play 3 times to get the highest score. It is really fun if you like memory games, and if you like kind of stab people in the back just a little bit, but super fast play, change up. Man, this is a really fantastic family game, and I'm shocked that people don't know about it. So.
We had over on our Facebook page a couple comments talking about one that I know we all love, Skull King.
Skull King.
You know it. Skull King.
It's hard for me to call that underrated because of how much it travels in our circles. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's probably one that could get a little more love. So.
It's not as highly ranked on BGG as I thought it would be. I was very surprised to see where it was in the ratings. So
yeah, I agree. In the new version, which just came out, is still like in the 5,000 or 6,000s. So that one still has room to grow. So go buy the game.
It's so good.
I almost put Cover Your Assets in here just because I love the original version so much. And it is ranked really low, but I subbed in a different one. I also did include games that were like this year or the last year, because I'm like, well, they might be too low because people just haven't had a chance to play them yet.
Absolutely,
sure, yeah,
absolutely. So
like Skull King is my bloody end to Ryan, to Ryan's bloody end. Like Skull King to me, like, is just I know Bob's the same way, Lizzie's the same way.
Absolutely. Yeah. So
we had the comment of Slip Strike and Push as other 2 small card games.
I played Push. Push is really good.
So
yes.
Push
is really good. Yeah, back to you.
We're back to me. Okay, so not pandering to our guest, but I had this on my list anyway because this is criminally too low of a game. And one, again, like we said, when it comes to card games, one that got ignored more than it should have is this guy right here, The Walking Dead: Something to Fear card game, designed by Lizzie Funkhouser and assistant.
It's true. But assistant's a good word.
But honestly, like I was shocked to see how low this game was. Like this is a solid game. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Got to play it with Derek, played it with our game group at Origins. I don't know, three. Is this about 3 years now?
2019, yeah.
It's crazy. So we played it a couple times, brought it back, played it with a bunch of different people, regardless of the theme, which you talk about Pan Am, right? Like a good game surpasses the theme. Yeah. I don't have to play this just because I love Walking Dead. It's just a good game. And I've had a lot of people who've introduced it to, they're like, oh, that's a really fun card game. That could be anything, right? Theme-wise. And they still enjoyed it. So that's cool. I love it. I think it doesn't get enough love. I'm sure it gets talked about some in Derek's circle, but and our, like, it's, and I would agree with Bob. I do love the theme. Like, I love the show, and I love how the theme plays into it. But you
don't have to love. You don't have to be like. You don't have to watch the show just to play the game. Yeah.
Right. No, it's super solid game, and highly recommend checking it out if you haven't yet.
Very cool. Derek.
I think it's also underrated. So yeah, thanks, Isaac. My next one's gonna be this. So this is funny because someone just posted about this in one of the Facebook groups this week, and I was like, oh wow, Bullfrogs. Bullfrogs from originally Thunderwork Games and Renegade Game Studios, Keith Mateka. It is a really fun, abstract-y, like, it's got like hand management and area control and area majority and stuff. It's really, really cool and really fun. It was actually one of the first games that I think we played like towards entering the industry for Spotlight. It's pretty underrated in my opinion, but it's really fun. And every time I think about it, I'm like, oh, we should pull that out again and play it. And this post I saw was like in a reviewers, because it's coming out with like a new version, or maybe I think there's an app. But I don't ever see the digital version. I don't see anybody talk about this game ever, and it's so much fun.
Yeah, it's so much fun. That's really cool. Okay, Bullfrogs, awesome.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
I think digital version's coming out real soon. Was the announcement with that? So
Okay,
I've
that's
seen it, but I haven't played
that's
it.
awesome. I hope that the digital version gets more people to try it.
That's really cool. I am one of my favorite games growing up as a kid was Clue. I love the deduction, trying to understand where these cards went and figure out solve the crime. This game Alibi was put out by Mayfair Games. I think it shows that it was published in 93 and again in 2007. This is the 2007 version. We played this when Aaron and I first got married, and we must have gotten it in 2007 because we played this game a lot. We played with high school students and college students. We played this with friends and family. The game is basically Clue on steroids. Not only do you have a who, what, where, when motive situation, but also it can be a time of day and a place in that location. So if the crime was committed on a houseboat, where on the houseboat? There are 3 options. And what you do is, as the game everybody's given a hand of cards, and you've got a sheet of paper where you're deducing, and each round you are forced to pass that number of cards to the person next to you. So you have to be strategic about holding a specific number of cards and holding specific clues in your hand till the last possible minute so that you can be the one who solves the case. It's really, really well done. And it's a game that I never, ever see people talking about. It is on, I think, BGG 19,644. So
it's down there a little bit.
It's down there a bit.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one. I've not even heard of it.
If you like any deduction type games, I'm sure you could probably find a copy of it somewhere. But man, it's way better than it should be. So
nice. So I still got time to climb, Bob. So that's perfect. One of the guys over in our Mark over in our Facebook group said he asked about it. I'm gonna butcher this word. Echidna Shuffle, ECHIDNA.
Oh, Echidna Shuffle.
Yeah.
Echidna Shuffle is so good.
I remember seeing that at a convention.
It's so
good. I
good.
haven't played it, but that's the one he said is kind of a hidden gem on his mind.
Absolutely. That is the most cutthroat, cute game in the world. It will make people fight.
One of our family's favorite like speed kind of party games was one that we got a review from the op and kind of said, oh, okay, I'll check it out. And it just like everyone loves playing this thing. It plays 3 to 5 players. We usually play it the 4 of us, and that is Astro Trash.
Nice.
From the op. I don't know if you guys have seen this one or played it, but it's got the coolest. It's literally trash.
I saw it at their booth. Ross showed it off at their booth at Origins.
You got these giant planets, right, that are your play mats. A sun in the middle, and then the trash in this stuff is like, I gotta grab some of these trash pieces here, right? They're like these
That's
little
cool.
plastic chunks. And the game, it's there we go. How do I do that without dropping them on my computer?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go, right on the computer. So it's basically LCR is the game, and so you're rolling 3 dice with a shape, with a number, and left, right, or center into the sun, and you're just trying to clear your board. And if you're the first to clear your board, you get a prize, and the first person to do it 3 times wins. And it's just pieces are flying, and it's high energy. Like, this isn't the game we play all the time, but it's a fun one to play with the family. Yeah. It's an easy one to play with the kiddos. Like, Astro Trash is one that gets grabbed off my shelf way more than it deserves. And you talk about way more than the number deserves. I should say. You talk about the numbers. This thing's ranked 11,828. I mean, it's down there.
It's down there.
So definitely worth checking out.
I'm looking for it. I believe that this actually got reissued by the op also, but it got reissued as a Bob's Burgers game, I believe.
Oh, same type of theme.
Yes. I never got it, but I'm a gigantic Bob's Burgers fan.
So, I am too. So that I'm gonna have to look at that.
Yeah.
Loves Bob's Burgers. We're actually watching that right now, like watching through it again. Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's awesome. Who's up?
Ryan or me, I think.
It is you.
Okay.
As Derek.
I'm trying to see if I
Uh,
was wrong about. I might have been wrong about that. Was it a
He's
different?
distracted. Go ahead, Derek.
He's
Sorry,
distracted.
I'm
No, it's okay.
looking on the
I
internet.
completely forgot to have like the game boxes, so I got to pull them up and show them all. You and Ryan have like the game, like, ooh, look at this,
There
like
we go.
Vanna
Yeah,
White, and I'm like, oh,
yeah.
I didn't even think about that. Anyways, I'll blame Isaac because he only told me like 2 hours ago.
There we go. Yeah.
Like 30 seconds ago.
Um, so my next one is Tales of Glory. It's an engine building tile laying game. It is so good. It's ranked 2,597. Came
Mhm.
out in 2018, and it was localized to the U.S. from Europe. But it's really fun. You're basically like going on a quest, and you're laying tiles to like uncover and unlock like treasure chests and fight enemies, and it's an engine building game where you're going to gain more stuff as you
Nice.
like make combinations, and as you're like building out your little tableau area.
Nice.
It's got drafting and hand management as well, and it's a really solid game.
I know the name. I've never. I don't think I've ever seen it. I know the
Mhm.
name though.
I
Yeah,
That's
have not
interesting.
either.
I'll have to look that up.
I like it a lot.
Nice. Next one up on my list is Burger Up. It is number 3033 on Board Game Geek. Burger Up is a game that does not get enough love. Rule and Make Games made this one, and this is a crazy game where players start off with two bottom buns, and you are making burgers. You're basically you're taking cards. You've got a hand of, I think, 4 cards, and then you can pay $1 for ingredients that are in the middle of the table, and you're trying to fulfill burger orders that are in the middle of the table. So you've got like the Texas burger or the T-Rex burger or the Metasaurus. I think it's called the Metasaurus, and it's got like 3 meat patties, but they all have to be different. So it has to be like a chicken patty and a burger patty and what else? Bacon. Okay. But the game is really fun. It has this weird stacking mechanic that works really well. And I never see people talking about this game. Burger Up is absolutely
Never heard of
a
it.
good time. Man, it is so much fun. Erin got addicted to it. She bought it for me for Christmas the year that it came out or the year after. And I think we played it 20 times from Christmas to like Easter, but she she was the one. She's like, Burger Up. I'm like, yeah, I'll play Burger Up. She wanted to play it every night. So
Wow.
yeah,
It's
really good.
My all-time favorite classic arcade game is Burger Time. So when I saw
nice.
that,
Yeah.
I thought, oh, he's doing Burger Time. And there was a Burger Time Kickstarter.
There
Years
There
ago.
was. I
Yeah.
do remember that.
It's not a great game, but I still have it
Yeah.
because I love Burger Time. So
Yeah, I
I've
got the
tried to
Dig
play
Dug
it.
game, but it sucks, So
So disappointing.
yeah,
We could do a video board games based on video games. There we go.
There you
there we
go.
go.
All right, so back to me. We're at number 4, I believe.
Yep.
Right. It's funny. I've got 3 sitting over here for my last 2 spots, so I'm still rolling in my head which one's going to
interesting. You're going to pick at the last moment
over here.
Okay.
But this one's ranked a little higher. So I did kind of what Derek did too. I went low, but then I also said, okay, which games do I feel like don't get a lot of love?
Mhm.
This is one I actually got in the board or the spotlight Secret Santa this year. It's been on my list for a long time, and I've always wanted to buy it, but it's not cheap. But it's such a fun game, and you can only get it from overseas, and that's Hamster Roll.
Yes.
And I don't know if you guys have played this, but this is
you keep talking about this game.
Oh my god!
I've seen it played. I've seen it played at conventions and like board game meetups, but I've never played it myself.
I know I talk about this thing a lot because honestly, like it's like I don't think it gets enough love. Like it's not cheap, which I think is why it doesn't get the love. It's an all wooden wheel. The parts are all wooden. The first time I actually had a chance to play this was at the Gamers Ranch, because he has literally everything at the Gamers Ranch. That's who we need to have on.
I'm going to play that.
Okay.
But I mean, the part alone is the giant wooden wheel, right? And you got all the little pieces go with it. This thing precariously rolls down the table back and forth as you're moving wooden pieces on this thing. It is high energy. It's one of those party games that like everybody's just like, oh wait, what's gonna happen next? But yes, Hamster Roll is my bloody end. It's definitely up there.
That's funny.
But I think other than me talking about it, I don't feel like I hear or see a lot of people saying, hey, check out our game of Hamster Roll.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's got some table presence too, because I saw somebody playing it. I think it was at Atlanta Game Fest a couple years ago, and I walked past. I was like, "What are they doing? I want to do that. Whatever it is,
whatever it is, sign me up.
I want to do
anything
that.
that comes up off the table, right? It catches.
Yeah, man, it's so good.
I want to play a giant version of that at a con where it's like a tractor tire. And we put Bob in it and roll Bob back.
That would be so good. So, Michael Petrie, hello.
What's up, Michael?
Hey, what's up?
All right. Next up, it's you, Derek.
Okay. My next one is a game that is currently out of print, but pretty easy to find, which is odd. It's out of print, but easy to find and sold generally pretty low. Which is odd, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Sons of Anarchy. The Sons of Anarchy board game.
Yeah.
It is a worker placement with tons of violence, lots and lots of violence. But it is so underrated, and so many people overlook it because it's an IP game, and people need to stop overlooking this game, because if you look past the theme, it's so much fun, and it is so cutthroat. And you're leading your gang, and you've got like money and guns and your motorcycles. It's really fun. Out of print, but again, it's easy to find, which is odd for a game to be out of print.
So it was at our local Ollie's for like a year. There was like a box of them just sitting there. And it was like, do you guys want one of these for buying something else? And it's like, no, I'm good. Now I hate that I passed up on it.
I really like it. It's not going to be for everybody, but I feel like it's really underrated because nobody plays it. Now, it is have a weird, you do have to play, it's 3 to 4 players, which has got that weirdness in the player count. But again, like it has like your area control, action points, there's dice, there's negotiation, lots of table talk. So I think it's a lot of fun.
That's cool. I hate that I passed up on it all those many times that Ollie's was like, you bought some Cheetos. Do you want this game? No, I'm good.
Bob says they redid. I didn't know that they redid Sons of Anarchy with a new IP. That's interesting.
Really? Okay. Interesting. Okay.
It is.
It's the Dragon's Vault.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
Ollie's is a whole conversation too, man. Games.
Man, weird places to get your games at. That's the next episode.
Every time I go, I look in that board game aisle and I'm like, do I need any of these? They're only 37 cents. But
So I saw this game, this racing game where it's car combat racing, and you're blowing each other up and throwing crates in front of each other, and it takes place on a bridge, and it was like $8.50, and I was like, should I buy that? And then I was like, oh, all those unplayed board games, crap. So, anyway.
I have that conversation daily.
Yes. So speaking of party games like Hamster Roll, this one is called Off Your Rocker. We've been playing this game since, when was it put out? No, we've been playing it longer than that. I don't know. We've been playing this game a long time.
What's it called?
It feels like Off Your Rocker. It's a party game. It is on BGG. It is number 9,454. So the game is all about getting a big group of people together. One person is the psychiatrist. They have to walk out of the room. Everybody else gets to pull a card as a group, and it might be something like your penguins who have jetpacks on. Okay. And so when the psychiatrist comes back in the room, they have to ask every single person in the room a single question, or speak to them like a psychiatrist would, and you have to act out the part. So you might say something about being cold. You might say something about being in the sky, or the burners are running out or something. And the psychiatrist has to diagnose what the group's problem is. It's really fun. It's stupid. People we've played this till like 2-3 in the morning before, and people get wild about it. So It's good. It's fun
I
with a
love
group
games
that
like that.
can ad lib and have fun with it. That's a great one. So
It's awesome. Oh gosh, I got two sitting here. One's ranked
Justin.
low. Hey Justin, how's it going, sir?
Hey, what's up, Justin?
All right, so this is our last hidden gem. We've each given 4 hidden gems. This is our last one. You have to decide, Isaac.
All right, so I'm going.
Do you
with
want to have a
the
runner
one-
up? Do you want to cheat?
I always cheat. Yeah, I'll put it in
Okay.
my recently played pile.
Wow.
So this game is probably one of the first early on in the hobby that when I started to explore outside of what we basically were playing, which was Catan, Munchkin, Carcassonne, right? And this one, I got to sit down at a booth, learn how to play it with 3 buddies, and this little girl comes over. Is at Origins. I think it's the first time we went, maybe like 2014. And she's maybe 10, 12 years old, starts talking to my buddy and says, hey, do you like this game? He's like, yeah, I like it. Well, what do you think about it? Well, it's this and this. And she looks at him. She goes, my daddy made this game, so you better like it. And and it was like, oh, and the guy came over, he apologized. And, but Revolution from Steve Jackson Games.
Oh, wow.
Revolution's really
I have
good.
heard of that.
Yes.
Have you played this?
Yes.
No, I have not played it.
Derek, you've never played this. This game is cutthroat.
It is so cutthroat.
It is so evil and mean. Like you're bidding gold, blackmail, or power to take these spots and actions on a board. So if you paid gold, that's great, but blackmail beats gold. But force ultimately beats blackmail, which beats gold. So it's all hidden bidding, and you're trying to win, the ability to use the priest or to use the blacksmith or what have you. And then there's some area control
like a
with
town center type thing.
Yeah,
the
it's
board
like a town middle. And man, it is, you're taking cubes off the board, you're hurting people, you're destroying stuff, you're just barely outbidding people. And I love a hidden bidding game like this if it's mean. Like I want a hidden bidding game that's going to just be like, oh, I can't believe you did that, and you blew up my ability to do this. It is out of print. It's been out of print for a while.
It has been, yeah.
Sure.
Interesting.
But super, super fun game. If you like games where you can just get at somebody and like stick it to them, this is, and you have to have the right crowd for that, right? Like I definitely wouldn't bring this out with everybody.
No,
My buddy Hank's in here. Hank's played it. It's an aggressive game, so you got to.
It's really, really good. So Rick White actually has a copy of Revolution, and so we took a weekend and went to a cabin and brought a ton of games, and that was one of the games he brought, and that was the first thing we played. It was so much fun. It's great. I'm glad that he should still own it. If not, he made a terrible decision with his life. So.
Oh, that's crazy.
What you got, Derek?
So my next one is a game that has more recently found favor because they had a Kickstarter for a deluxe version of this. But previously it was not well known. Still doesn't see a ton of talk or whatever, but that's Valley of the Kings. Valley of the Kings is a deck builder from AEG. It's like a deck deconstruct, like you're trying to get cards out of your deck and into your tomb so that they can score points for sets, and you're actually like drafting them off of like a pyramid, and then cards fall down and allow other players to have access. Super fun deck building game, but also like deck deconstruction. That had a deluxe version, I think, like a year or two ago, but it was a really small box before. Really good game.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know that name, but I've never played that one. So
yeah, it's a lot of fun.
All right. Colors of Paris. I wish more people knew about it.
Oh, yes.
Colors of
Paris. Such a great game.
Such a good game. Such a smart game. It's a worker placement rondelle that doesn't give you all your workers back. It is, oh man, it's devious. It's exactly what I wanted in a painting game. As a person who is an artist, this is such a good game, man.
I'm gonna go play it this week now, Ryan.
No, well, when I was making this list, I was like, "Oh crap, I gotta play Colors of Paris like right now," but I don't have time because, So, but Colors of Paris is a fantastic game. It was actually funny enough. I believe that Lizzie and I had it as our number one game of 2019. Is that correct? Yeah.
It is.
So both Lizzie and I were the
Super
only two
fun.
people who had Colors of Paris as their number one game in that year. So, but it is phenomenal. And I wish more people. I saw it more often. So, yeah. So
You got me
So good.
adding that to my wish list because I know it's one I've wanted to play, haven't played, and definitely need to check
it's
out.
really good. It's really good. So, Justin said, I played Valley of the Kings with the designer Tom Weaver and my first Origins in 2016. Very cool.
That's so cool.
It's just
Awesome.
fun, getting to explore some of those games with the people who design them and where their mind is with it. It's awesome.
That's very cool. Awesome. All right. So last thing, what are we playing, guys? What have we been playing? What's been hitting the table in our homes? I've only got one thing this week, so you guys go ahead and take it. So.
Well, I can share one that I know Derek and I have both been playing, not together because no, thank you. But
I hear it. There it is, Divinus. I knew it. I heard it. I knew it. I was about to say that.
Divinus, we both have played through the first two parts of this legacy game, which is it was the little taste the Lucky Duck gave us. I played it with two other guys in my game group, and I can tell you, we not only did we like power through the first two games, it was are you serious? We can't play more? Like,
I know.
Wait.
Seriously.
I was like, I want to see where the story goes. And comparing our stories is very different than how Derek and Lizzie's went, which is really interesting. Like the things that happened were like similar but different enough as a legacy game. It's amazing. Like if you're not back in this, you got to get over to GameFound right now. And get on this. This game is going to be
Lucky Duck Games on GameFound right now.
It's going to be huge.
Like it's just that next step, right? Like Chronicles of Crime was good. Destiny's is good, but this takes the best of both of those things, right? The competitive, the story, and it's so seamless, and it feels more like a board game than those last two did. Right? It feels very gamey, and like the first two, my wife probably wouldn't be interested in. This one, she would totally play because the game is the core as opposed to the story.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
And it flows so seamless.
That's really cool.
Oh, well, Rick's got a comment for you there, Ryan.
Okay, there's Rick.
There's Rick. We just got done talking about you, dude. Where have you been? We just got talking about the fact that you have a copy of Revolution, and we played it on a gaming weekend. So, anyway.
Divinus for me, and then Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition. We've been playing that. Really fun. We're going to hopefully get a play of that soon on the channel. And then we've been playing Rift Force, which is a game coming from Capstone Games. I think Gen Con release. Really fun. We're
going to be getting a copy of that in
a
week or two. So I'm excited about it. The artwork looks really good.
Yeah. It's another one of those games where it's this like, oh man, you just get forced with these decisions. You're like, okay, what do I do in this scenario? Because you can play cards down to try to win control of these battles on these locations, or you can play them to trigger the abilities of your different elementals, and it's very fun. I liked it a lot.
Cool.
So
that's awesome. Yeah, that's cool. I've been playing a lot of Juicy Fruits. So
yes,
man,
so good.
This game,
it's so good.
I didn't have any desire to play it because I thought it was a kid's game. And then I saw Derek and Lizzie playing it. Then Bob brought it over to the house one night and we played it. And I had to immediately get a copy. So I stopped at a board game store while on vacation, grabbed a copy, and it's so good. We have a review for it up and actually video content created by Bob for this that just went up today. But Juicy Fruits, it is really, really good. And it is like a little preview here. It is going to be in my top 10 for this year because I think that it's a clever game that is accessible to families who game together, So.
Awesome. Yeah, Bob's review is really good. I had a chance to check that out today.
Yeah. Actually, I have been losing. I've never won a game of Juicy Fruits, but I love it. So
That's all right. There's another topic we should do: games that you're awful at, but you still love.
Everything.
ooh, that's good.
For me.
Yeah. What have I been playing? Rick wants to answer. Very good question. Everybody wants to know. Werewords, tags, and ink and gold. What is tags?
Tags is okay. It's
don't
Tags
know
is this
Tags.
interesting word game that came out a couple years ago. I
Mhm.
only played it one time, but it is 2018. I'm looking it up on BGG right now. It's a word trivia game.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it's got this
I don't
interesting
know that
like
one.
yeah.
So my other one I have.
Yeah.
We just got back from vacation. Been gone.
Mhm.
Nice long family vacation. Took a handful of games, mostly card-based games that could fit in, Skull King, Tussie Mussy, right?
Mhm.
Fruit salad, not fruit salad. What am I? Point
Point
salad.
salad.
Point salad.
Fruit salad's the sequel, right? It's coming.
Fruit
But
salad is Juicy Fruits
The
and
unannounced
point
the
salad
unannounced
salad.
expansion.
merged.
But
Yeah.
but I grabbed a game that we recently got from review from Calliope Games, and my wife loves it. We played this thing 12 times now. It's insane. Like she can't get enough of this.
Is
And
it
I really,
Enchanted Plumes?
yes.
There it is.
Interesting.
Enchanted Plumes.
Why
Yes.
is this game so good? Like it's
Trick
super
taking, right?
solid. It's not trick taking
No, it's
either,
like
right?
it's
It's
yeah,
hand management,
hand
right? So
management. Yeah.
you're making this plume of
Mhm.
Mhm.
feathers from a
Yep.
peacock, and you
Yeah.
start big and go small. So if you
Set
start too
collection.
big,
That's what it is.
yeah,
Yeah.
set collection, yeah. If you start too big, you're gonna end up getting hosed in the end. And I love
Interesting.
that the points are 0 to 9 on the feathers, and if I use like
Mhm.
blue, red, and yellow at the top, my next row has to have those colors, and the next row has to have those colors
Okay.
down to the last card. And your first row is negative points, no matter what the values are, and everything below that are positive points. So you go big, you might end up with -9 to start, and you can't quite finish it, so you end up with
Wow.
a big negative plume. So it's
Yeah.
really interesting. I'm
Okay.
having fun
It's really
exploring
cool.
and kind of going, do you go big, do you go small, what's the way to go?
Yeah. Yeah.
For again, easy portable card, right? Like I can take this anywhere. It's
Mhm.
small, it's quick. It's such a fun game. Surprisingly more enjoyable than I thought it would be. Not from a negative standpoint, just I didn't think it had a
Yeah.
lot of
No,
meat to
for
it. Like,
sure.
hey,
Yeah. Yeah.
burn some feathers
No,
down,
there's a
but
lot of there's a lot of game there. It just
That's
came out
really
this
cool.
year.
Nice. Nice.
very fun.
I've seen pictures of it. I had no clue what it was. So that's awesome. So very cool. Anything else, Derek?
No, I'm good. We're just been deep in development on some really fun games coming from Skybound. So
Yeah.
make sure you guys keep keep your eyes out for this fall. It's gonna be pretty fun.
That's awesome.
Anything. Yeah, so that's kind of the next
Yeah.
step, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tell us.
Tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us
Well,
what
I
you
mean,
do and where they can
we've
find you.
so yeah, I work for Skybound Games, Druid City Games, and I also help run the Board Game Spotlight. You can find us on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and we have a really big
MySpace.
Facebook group. MySpace, yeah,
Yeah.
you should
Might as well.
check us out on Facebook. It's where we talk a lot about the games. That's about it.
Very cool. Very cool.
Perfect.
You can find us all over the internet at One Board Family. Find us on YouTube. Our YouTube channel has been doing, we've been doing a lot on our YouTube channel and we've seen some good growth from it. So I think that it's one of those things that we've been concentrating a little more on and we've seen the fruits of it. So follow us over there. We appreciate it. Subscribe, get some notifications and such. So what about you, Isaac? Where can people find you?
Gaming with Sidekick, same thing. You find us most of your internet choices over on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I am dipping my toe in, even though I've given Derek such crap about it, and doing some
TikTok
videos. So
TikTok. Wait, Isaac's on TikTok?
I got two videos up.
What? Let's go.
At Gaming with
Let's go.
Sidekicks on TikTok. We featured the spatula video from Grand Gamers Guild.
Yeah. Okay.
And did a little outdoor shot with pencil first with herbaceous sprouts.
Nice.
So,
Yeah, I got that email. I need to do that.
dipping my toe in just a little.
Let's see here. There he is.
So Yeah, so I think you two might be the ones corrupting Bob, because after doing some video content the other night, Bob was like, One Board Family really needs a TikTok account. I was like,
Yes, they do.
where is this going? In fact,
Get it.
I think Rick White started a TikTok account for us, and then he closed it down. So,
Rick, you're the
yeah.
worst.
So is Bob
don't
going to be
put your toe in stuff. It's icky.
Bob going to be our TikToker?
So, Bob, Rick, you guys talk offline.
Get it figured out.
Figure it out.
So. People need it.
Oh, man. So, hold it. More news. We have a TikTok account, and I got rid of it because TikTok is a horrible, terrible place. Oh, no. Justin, TikTok, David. David. So, thank you.
It.
Cool, guys. Well, this was really fun hanging out with you guys. And thank you, Derek, for joining us on such short notice. We really appreciate you jumping in here and having fun with us tonight. So
yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thanks for the invite. I had a really, really fun time. And Lizzie wanted me to make sure that I told Isaac that it's your fault that I had to go and leave her with the child on such short notice. So she's blaming Isaac for this one.
Good. Because we're actually, Lizzie Funkhouser is actually our next guest on the Will It Game podcast, which should come out tonight if I have time to finish editing it. So
she can't
look
blame
for
me on
that
because that's already recorded. So
yeah, but at least I can get it on her good graces. You don't have much of a chance, bud. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, Rick complaining over here now too. Rick, I wanted you on the show, but Ryan said no. So.
Oh yeah, we just didn't have room, Rick. Look at how filled the space is.
Yeah,
a lot of just not enough space. We'll get to you eventually, bud. So
to talk about TikTok.
Yeah, talk about TikTok. So cool, guys. Well, thanks so much for joining us, and we'll talk to you next time. All right, see ya.
See everybody.
Bye bye.